Hi, this is Joseph Williams, son of John Williams, and you are watching the Nerf Herder Council.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Nerf Herder Council. I am your host, JT. We are not live on Facebook, YouTube, all these different locations that we're normally on. Yeah, we're live, but not live. This is a pre-record. So my grandson is coming sometime this week, so we're being very proactive and recording the show ahead of time. But usually we are on every other Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on our Facebook page and YouTube channel, as well as the Facebook page and YouTube channel of the Virtual Cantina Network. If you are watching on either of those channels, for YouTube that is, please remember to click that like button, subscribe button, and hit the notification bell so that you are notified every time we go live. We are all, as always, brought to you by Audible. Go to audibletrial.com/NHC for your 30-day trial and a free audiobook download. If you would like to get customizable Nerf Herder Council swag, just go to shop.nerfherdercouncil.com. And if you would like to get some awesome Virtual Cantina Network swag, just go to tpublic.com/user/virtual-cantina. So without further ado, let me bring on my esteemed co-host. He is, of course, my brother, my best friend, AJ. What's going on? How do you like that horrible intro?
Ooh, I am esteemed now. I like this.
You are esteemed.
I like this. You're getting all classy when you got the grandchild on the way, huh?
I'm trying to class the joint up around here, man. What can I say?
We'll
I
bring it right back down again in a minute. Don't worry about it.
Exactly. Oh, the views of the Nerf Herder Council do not necessarily reflect those of the Virtual Cantina Network, and there might be some swearing on this show. So if you don't like that shit, there you go. As soon as I started talking, I was like, oh crap, we're not live. So, but whatever. So, so this will be cool. This is a movie that I was really looking forward to. And I'm looking forward to this episode because we have a special guest coming on. I was not aware that he was a big fan of the Jurassic Park franchise, but he is another amazing friend of mine, and he is my co-host on my music podcast, Talking Into Infinity. He is, of course, Mr. Brian Hendrickson. What's up, man? How are you?
Am I recording live or am I pre-recorded? What am I doing right now? It's
quit
so
making
confusing.
I totally botched that intro so bad. I got so flustered after I made one mistake. I was like, well, crash and burn, huh, man?
We're not used to pre-recording. This is almost like practice. We never practice. We just go on live on stage and bomb every other Thursday.
I was going to say, for us musicians, this is like rehearsal, which never happens.
Right.
Yeah,
this is awesome.
Brian, to answer your question, the jokes are live. They're just very old.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, mine are very old, especially if the source is very old. It's coming from me. But yeah, thanks for letting me come on here, man. Always kind of wanted to come on to a show, but most of the time you guys are talking Marvel, which I know nothing about, and Star Wars, which I only like a few of and still know nothing about for the most part. So you brought me on for this, which I really know nothing about.
Oh, great. Well, all right. Well, thanks for coming. All right, there we go. There goes Brian.
There we go.
The old drop joke. We haven't done that one in a while.
That's since last Thursday.
Yeah, right. So, all right. So yeah, we obviously everybody knows Jurassic World Rebirth, the kind of reboot of the Jurassic Park franchise, is now in theaters. And Brian, you saw
a reboot.
Yeah, it kind of is, isn't it?
I mean, it's the seventh movie. So
yeah,
it's covering the other boot. It's a sheath. Top of the boot.
This is a sheath, right? Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah, I guess it would be. I didn't even think about it that way. That's a good way to phrase it, man.
I mean, I guess
are we at
we're getting a new trilogy?
Yeah.
Is it 7 or 6?
No, 7, because there's two trilogies in this one.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, but yeah. So I mean, real quick before we get into this one, what did you guys think? And AJ, I know you want to do an episode on this, so this will be a very brief synopsis. Then we could talk about it at length another time. We can get Brian back on if we want to. But what did you guys think of those most recent 3 outside of this one, like Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, and then Jurassic World Dominion?
Well, I think it was appropriate that the longest conversation we ever had about him was in the bathroom after watching this one. So It's
Big fan, huh?
spoilers for anybody who hasn't seen these movies, but I'll give you the plot of all 7 at once. Humans fuck with dinosaurs and they die for it. There you go. Like, I don't know how the series has gone on this long. So like we were trying to remember literally in the bathroom what the plot of each of those previous 3 movies were. And that's all we came up with was, oh yeah, that was the one with the dinosaur. And then shit goes sideways and people die, right?
Yeah. Like I said, I remember that Jurassic World was basically like the Force Awakens of Jurassic Park, where it just basically was the first movie all over again. And then the second one, I remember they were in like an old mansion or something, and there was that like super crazy dinosaur that they were auctioning off, that like vicious like super raptor or whatever. And then the third one, I don't really remember. I just remember like people hated it pretty much. So
I liked 4. I mean, the thing with 4 is like they never really explained like, okay, the first 3 we realized it could never work and do this park, and then all of a sudden they made the park and it worked totally fine. How did that happen? And then 5 was Chris Pratt wants to save them all from the volcano, is going to wipe out what's left of the other dinosaurs.
Okay.
And then the guy's supposed to help save them, but instead he basically kidnaps them all, and then he's auctioning them off to like the Russian mobs and the arms dealers and stuff. So they're like auctioning them 24 million, and there's that silliness with the girl who's the clone and all that. And then the last one is it was like everyone's bored of dinosaurs, and they're kind of, you just sort of see them, almost like an old antique car driving down the road. You know what I mean? Like people are just like, "Well, what is this? This is stupid." You know what I mean? Like they're just totally bored with them. And I didn't mind it, I think, the first half of that movie, but then when it got to the part where they get to like the main guy's lab or whatever, and Jeff Goldblum, they're like talking, he's like, he's doing bad stuff in the basement or whatever. And I don't know, it got really super silly there. Like it just went way off the rails. And I didn't mind the first half of that movie, but this new one I thought was okay. I mean, it's like AJ said, there's the plot line is razor thin on this one. We get alien resurrection. Basically, it's pretty much about what it is, but I don't know.
Don't spoil my hot take at the end there, Brian.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, I've got a fan theory.
And by the way, there, for anybody watching, there will be spoilers. So if you don't want spoilers of the movie,
there's dinosaurs that fight. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a T-Rex.
I will say this. So I don't know if you guys are Transformers fans. So my thing with Transformers is
he really doesn't know our show, AJ.
Okay, I really don't. So Transformers, like, I don't mind robots fighting, but I don't need 2.5 hours of robots fighting in slow motion. That's my big. But I love to see dinosaurs fight all day long. I love seeing people trying to get, running away and getting killed by dinosaurs. I think it's fun.
Do the dinosaurs need to be in slow motion?
Dinosaurs in slow motion is okay. Robots, I'm not good for that. But so anyway, I'm interested to see what you guys think of the movie. I guess I already know AJ's total opinion on it. So.
Well, yeah, I don't know if that's his total opinion. I know, like
no,
I didn't mind the 3 prior to this one, but I mean, honestly, the most memorable thing to me about those was Brian, you mentioned the second one, like the volcano and stuff, dude. Like when they had was it a brontosaurus or something on the dock, and he goes up in flames or whatever. I was like, that was like so like, oh man, like it was like the dog dying, So that was kind of disconcerting.
Old Yeller.
Yeah, it really was, man. So I mean, it was cool. I mean, was now this is one thing I wonder, because I'm terrible with the actual official names of the dinosaurs. Was that the mosasaur in the first Chris Pratt one, like the giant one, like the mega thing in the SeaWorld tank? Was that we were following in this one, or is this something different?
I have no idea, man. I can't.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah,
because I don't know. Like I liked them because there's dinosaurs. I mean, see, this is this is one of those franchises where I don't mind, and I guess we can start here since this is where you guys kind of started with, but. Yeah. Okay. So that's a mosasaurus. So the giant thing that was eating a shark for a snack in the first Chris Pratt one was the mosasaur, and that's like kind of one of the big 3 in this one.
Right.
I don't mind that the plot is razor thin, because I'm not I'm not going to this movie to see fucking Citizen Kane. You know what I mean? I'm not. I want to. That's why I wanted to rush to make sure to see it in 3D, because I want even more dinosaurs in my face. And AJ, Brian, we talk about it on the show all the time. AJ does not like the 3D, but he knows, like, if there's ever a movie I want to see and they put it in 3D, I'm just they've got my extra $5. Like, I love it. So I honestly, like, people will say, oh, the plot's razor thin. The plot's razor thin. Well, what the hell else are they gonna do? I mean, you're gonna have some super involved like, nobody wants that. And honestly, I was happy with the plot because it's not just a goddamn rehash of Isla Nublar. It's not, the same thing that the other 6 movies have been, where it's like, come on, move on, dude. Like, it's something a little bit different, that, they want to make a medication or something.
Well, okay. The premise is a little different. The plot is not. The plot is always the same. Humans end up on an island with dinosaurs and then shit their pants trying to get off of it before they're eaten alive. That's it.
Well, what are they gonna do? Sit down and play
They're
poker
always
with a
on the
T-Rex?
island, and they're always up Schitt's Creek without a paddle.
But again, what are they gonna do? I mean, there's not much you can do. There's not a lot of wiggle room here. People want to see giant dinosaurs running around, and they want to see dinosaurs eating people. So I'm just glad that around that they did something different.
But they always have to go back to the well of, there's actually another location that you didn't know about before.
Right. This is like the 19th island that had something different going on it.
That's true.
Well, that was a research island. That was a breeding island. This is the one about mutants.
Yeah.
This one we just built on top of the old one.
The next one's going to be the dinosaur vacation island. It's going to
right.
It's going to be like Club Med for dinosaurs.
Right. Well, how was it? Doesn't Disney have their own island or something that they take on, like, the cruise ships to? Like, it's going to be that. It's going to be like Jurassic Island is the next one.
Well, just the idea that, okay, what about this idea that we're going to get dinosaur DNA and then that's going to cure cancer? Where the hell does that come from?
Well,
just because no dinosaurs ever died from lung cancer, just because they didn't smoke a lot, or what? I mean, what are we doing here?
Heart disease. It was heart disease.
Heart disease. My bad.
They needed, like, the DNA from the 3 biggest dinosaurs, but they had to get it while they were living, because if they die, like, the hemoglobin, like, something happens to it within seconds of death or something.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, hydrogenated corn syrup wasn't invented back then.
I don't know, man. It was like, at least it was a different thing. It wasn't
there were
just
no
like, hey, we're gonna go
fats in the dinosaur diet, so it's
yeah.
There's no aspartame in the gum.
There's a reason they call it the paleo diet, guys.
Nice. Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah, I don't know. Exactly. Yeah, I do. I didn't have a problem with it. It was something different. It wasn't, hey, let's go to Isla Nublar and either jumpstart the park or try and sell dinosaurs. It was, it was a different sort of idea. So
I'm with you on this. Like we said, there's only one plot to a Jurassic whatever movie, whether it's park or world or anything. So Brian, you said it with Transformers. What are you going to see when you go see a Transformers movie? You're going to see a bunch of giant, overly complicated robots fighting each other in slow motion. And the plot is basically non-existent. You're just there for the robot fights. Right. You're here, JT, to your point, for the dinosaur fights and to see people get bitten in half that fucking deserve it. So
yeah,
you know what? If you're going into it knowing that and that's what you get, then you had everything you wanted.
I mean,
in that respect, I knew what I was getting into, and that's why I can't really shit on this movie too hard, because like I said, that's exactly what I was expecting, and that's exactly what we got.
Well, do you think
it's just a matter of how many of the people are going to die, and then in which order?
But the way that they look now and the way they're so integrated, to me, just blows my mind. Like the first one, I think still kind of holds up, but then you see now how they're so fucking real looking to me. I mean, I'm just like, you feel like you're literally. That's why I kind of like with John. I like the 3D, man. You feel like you're right there, but the technology's come so far since he did the first one to be able to make this look and just interact so seamlessly.
That's true. Yeah. But if we're gonna get all cinematographic, whatever, for a second, I think the first one still has a bit more like tangibility to it because there were some practical models in there. And I'm not like, oh, if it's CG, it's always fake and it looks bad. But the camera in the first one, I feel like moved much more traditionally. And as soon as you get CG involved, then you can move the camera anywhere you want.
Yeah.
And then you get some like unreal camera moves that just, they look photorealistic, but something in your brain is like, I know that's not real. I know a camera didn't make that move because no camera can move like that.
Right.
I'd never see this stuff like you do. I don't know. I'm just like, who dinosaur? Like you're I mean, Brian, it's true. Like I don't know. He notices all this stuff, like, in Star Wars. Oh, they totally filmed that on the volume and all these other things. I'm like, what? All I saw was two guys kicking ass with a lightsaber. Like, what the hell are you talking about? Like,
well, like in the first one, you got a lot of shots, especially like when the Brontosaurus is first introduced, where it's out of frame. It's just too big. You can't fit Dr. Grant in the foreground and the Brontosaurus in the background. It's just too friggin' huge. Right. But since they've gone to digital, and even though that was a digital dinosaur, Steven Spielberg, I guess, just used like more realistic camera framing or something. So the dinosaurs seemed like bigger and more majestic because, they're too big to fit in the frame. That's a very realistic thing that would happen instead of being like, well, we managed to get it all in the shot this time. Like, okay, but you really wouldn't if you were there and just, oops, a dinosaur popped up,
So what you're saying is in a movie about humans resurrecting a 65 million year old species and several of them, you want realism. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, exactly.
Jesus Christ. Wow. Well, Brian kind of feels the same way, I'm guessing, because the dinosaurs over his shoulders. He's like, that dinosaur wasn't purple. Why would they make a purple dinosaur? That's not real. That's not real.
Full disclosure, I thought we were doing Land Before Time 1 through 5. So no, I want to do a real quick survey here, and
this would only cover like a third of the series, Brian.
Yeah, right.
It's true. But real quick survey here, and this is it's actually a serious question. So I came up with 5 movies that first time I saw them in the theater, I was just like, I've never seen anything like this. Number 1 is obviously Star Wars. 2, Raiders of the Lost Ark. 3, I guess I'll go the original Lost World. I might be going out of order here. No, I think that's right. 4, Lord of the Rings, and 5 was Avatar. Now, there's been plenty of great movies made, but those are the first. And to me, Jurassic Park still holds up, the original watch. I still get that same feeling when I saw it in the theater. And so maybe that's part of the attraction, like you guys both said, it's going to be dinosaurs fighting the whole time, but the dinosaurs look cooler and cooler. And it's like you said, it's 99% CGI, obviously, but and the way they're doing it's probably more like a video game than a movie, I guess, at this point. But so anyway, that to me is the mark of a great franchise and a great concept that Michael Crichton, when he wrote this book, I don't think he had any idea it would turn into this kind of phenomenon. Do you?
No.
That's.
I do love they keep going back to the well on that. Like there's always a couple of scenes from the first book that made it into like a subsequent movie because they couldn't figure out how to get it in the first one and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I mean, hey, the guy was in it to make a buck. He was on board for all of it. So no, I still enjoy the movies. I really do. And and I, like you, Brian, I go to it for the spectacle. So as much as I'm picking apart like the cinematography and stuff, one of the things that I've got to say is like there was never a point, at least it wasn't the fault of the movie, that anything looked fake. Now, JT, to your point about 3D, Miranda pointed this out to me. She's like, there were some scenes that just looked like green screen. And I was thinking about it, I'm like, I didn't notice that, but when you go for the 3D conversion, you instantly, what do? You separate different layers of the shot and give it like different depth of focus to create that 3D effect, right? So you have instantly basically created a green screen effect on purpose to get that 3D look. So when you're cutting out your foreground from the background, which is exactly what a green screen comp is, like I think 3D actually hurts the realism of the shots because you're making it look deliberately fake.
I can't argue with that. I just, to me, the effect is cool. Like I actually have on Blu-ray, they released a 3D version of the original. So when I watch it, I've got my 3D glasses on, and it's like the original in 3D, and it's just cool because it's just to me it's like the 3D effect is like just more of a good thing. And I guess I instantly go into movies knowing it's all fake. Like if I was going to go into it and I'm watching a documentary about the making of the Terminal Tower, I'd be like, "Oh, this is, okay, well, this doesn't look very real." Like, but no, I'm watching dinosaurs, or like, if, like Avatar, like Henderson, mentioned Avatar, like Avatar, you have to see in 3D. I mean, that is just like you're in that world. So, I mean, I get what you're saying, but I think that, again, for me, I just like the fact that it's more of what I went to see. And so in this one, I like that they play it up. It's like, okay, you want giant dinosaurs, kicking ass. Well, here's giant dinosaur in your face kicking ass. Like, I like that. I like it a lot. So it's something that I enjoy. I mean, I collect those Blu-rays, for God's sake. So, I've got like 50 or 60 movies in 3D down here in my man cave. So
it's true. It's true. So as paper thin as the plot is, can we talk about the characters a little bit?
Sure. I can't wait to see
such as they were. No, Brian, you seem to be the most positive of the three of us on this movie. So what did you think about the characters?
Well, they're about as thin as the plot as well. No, I don't know. Well, the whole thing in the beginning where they have that conversation on the boat where they're talking about, I guess the captain, they lost a child or something, and his wife never recovered from it. And they sort of give a little bit of this backstory, and it's kind of like, why? What are we going to do with this? It doesn't ever, none of this ever goes anywhere. You know what I mean? I'm just sort of like, is this sort of to try to just to get humanize it just a tad? And then there's the family with the dad can't stand the goofy boyfriend, who's in love with his daughter or whatever, and he's like a piece of crap or whatever. And then you have the who's the guy who's basically supposed to be the lawyer guy from the original one, right? He's the guy that gets the whole crew together to go on the expedition, right? I mean,
slime ball,
the typical corporate sleaze.
Yeah, you have
one of those.
Yeah, then you have Scarlett Johansson, who my understanding of it is she basically went to this. I don't know how true this is, but she is on record as she always wanted to do a Jurassic Park movie. So I don't know if they strictly just said we're doing one because she wants to do it, or somebody just wants to try to make some money again. I don't really know, but I mean, Scarlett Johansson running around wearing that tight shirt, and tight shorts or whatever. I mean, how many dudes are not going to go see that at the theater?
I know, right?
I mean, it's a great marketing ploy. I mean, I think she's great. I mean, she's as good as any dude in an action movie. I mean, she can hold her own.
Well, yeah, especially after all the Marvel stuff as Black Widow and whatnot.
Yeah. So I mean, character wise, I don't know. I didn't think much about any of them. I'm just like, kind of like you said, they're just all sort of stock people, and it is what it is, right?
I mean, let's face it.
As the mercenary, though, she had like every other mercenary character we've ever seen. Usually, they're the hard ass. They're the one that wants to shoot first, ask questions later. They don't give a shit about anything or anyone. And she was the one trying to be like, no, we got to go back for these people. People matter. I'm like, wait, you're the hired gun. You're supposed to have like no conscience.
Well, I thought it was kind of like the feminine version in a way. You know what I mean? Like. And honestly, I kind of like that, where they just didn't have the one guy that, I mean, okay, rewind. They did have that guy. He's like the first guy to get eaten.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. The guy who was Francis from the first Deadpool movie. Mm-hmm. I was just so hoping when he was aiming at a dinosaur, he was going, "What's my name?" Like, I mean, for me, the characters don't really matter because let's face it, they're pretty much, for lack of a better term, cannon fodder. I mean, seriously. So, and I'm glad you brought that snacks. Point. Yeah, exactly. And I'm glad you brought up, Brian, about that scene where they talk about their backstory a little bit. That was the only part where I was like, well, this is kind of shoehorned in. It kind of felt like a third of the way to the movie that David Koepp was kind of like, we better give these people something to make them seem like kind of humans instead of just like Lego figures marching through this movie. But yeah, I don't really care. I think honestly, and this is going to be dark, so get ready for some, typical JT. I love when the unexpected happens crap. But with these characters, I mean, it's kind of like this in every movie in a way. I mean, others have had better, you had the love interest between Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard and stuff like that in the previous trilogy, stuff like that. Obviously, in the first movie, you had the kids and that one. But I mean, that one's not that's the gold standard. But just once in these movies, I want somebody who's like really good to die. Like the little girl, she escapes. I was like, it'd be awesome right now.
That's the one you want to die, the little girl? Jesus.
Dude, horrify the crowd. Yes.
Yeah.
Dude.
I agree. I agree. At this point, you've got to shake up the formula.
Yeah. Dude, it's like, I mean, Brian, I don't know if I've ever told you this, but I'm on record as being one of the world's biggest fans of the ending of The Mist. And everybody hates that ending. I love it. I absolutely love it. Yeah.
I love it.
It's like the darkest, most horrifying thing ever. And I'm like, yes. And everybody else is like, oh, but that's so dark. And I'm like, it's Stephen King. What the hell? You can't have a happy ending every time. Like, you got your happy ending. The damn movie ended. They closed the fucking, the fucking other dimension, whatever. But he had to shoot a couple of strangers and his own son to get there. Like, okay. Like, so in this one, when the little girl gets through the bars near the end and she has to run across to the master switch or turn the power on or whatever it was, how about have the D-Rex, which we'll get there. How about have the D-Rex come down and munch the shit out of her? Leave Dolores alone. Leave the cute little dinosaur alone, but
I mean, even by Jurassic movie standards, like the amount of dumb shittery that the plot safe characters get away with. Like,
I also wanted the boyfriends.
I mean, even just Dolores. Okay, so this little girl gets this little baby dinosaur, clearly not on its own. I mean, unless Mama died or something, there's a big ass friggin' dinosaur looking for her kid right around the corner. And she's just like, oh yeah, come up and sleep with me. I'll go to sleep with you. No, that thing should be like gnawing on her face or something, just like instantly be like, yeah, that's you don't befriend a wild dinosaur.
Well, now there's another plot twist. They could have the whole Dolores storyline, but then right at the end, like they could have Dolores actually turn on the little kid and do that. Just like maul her. Right when you think Dolores is going to help, it's like, no, Dolores sees another dinosaur and is like, oh yeah, that's my kind, and turn around and just bite her face off or something.
I mean, even the previous 3 movies at least acknowledged that, like, okay, Blue is a character and is a quote hero character. Still dangerous as shit, though. Chris Pratt knows not to fuck around with Blue.
Right.
Yes. Well, and the other thing,
let's give the little girl a little baby dinosaur, and while grown ass adults can't handle themselves and are getting eaten left and right, she's just going to be safe the whole time through. Okay.
Of course. I also think they should have had the crazy boyfriend get his junk bitten off, and that's how he died. Like, because he's out there taking a whiz in the jungle, and all of a sudden the raptors come up on him. But then the pterodactyl comes down and kills the one, and I kept thinking, well, there's another raptor out there. And I'm like, okay, well, where's this other one? Because then it's not like the scene ends and he's like all relaxed. No. He it stays on him for a while. I'm like, oh, is that other raptor gonna get him? And you don't have to show the thing like in full view of the camera. Just have it be clear that something came up from the front of him and basically, chomped him in the wiener, and that's how he dies.
I think the most unrealistic thing about that scene actually was the fact that the dude was able to start peeing then stop.
That's the realistic.
We've all seen Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah. As a man with whose prostate outsizes the rest of his body, that is impossible to stop. I will tell you right now.
That's awesome.
I'm picturing Jurassic World 8. Okay, I've already got a title: The Wrath of Dolores. So it'll solve AJ's dilemma.
Yeah,
there we go.
About the dinosaur being too nice.
We just discovered. We were wondering what the D in D-Rex was for. It's Dolores.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Go ahead.
So I was going to say, I did find out, I had to look up what the D-Rex, what D did stand for.
And it doesn't stand for...
No, I thought the same thing. No, it's Distortus, which I thought they could have been a little more original than that. But yeah, Distortus Rex. And it does have 4 legs and then the 2 little PP T-Rex arms. So it's actually 6-legged.
Ah, yes, Distortus Rex, the dinosaur so strong they had to make the cage out of unobtainium.
The Storos Rex,
That's perfect. That's perfect.
it was a design found for the late great Dimebag Darrell for one of his pedals. They just noticed in the back of an old amplifier. Dolores Rex.
Distortus, nice.
Distortus Lex or Rex. Oh, man.
Oh my
The
god.
the other thing I liked, and if you guys remember, this is a callback to 3. So, and I don't hope I don't offend anybody. We have a token captain here that we had in 3, and we have in this one. It's like we don't want to go out and spend the money to get Idris Elba. Let's, for the second time we did one of these movies, let's get someone who's kind of like him but not as good.
Right. The poor man's version.
Yeah, the poor man's Idris Elba. We did it in 3. Let's go ahead and do it in 7 also.
Yeah. they spent all their budget on Scarlett Johansson. Yeah.
Maybe Hollywood was tossing the guy a bone. They were like, we thought you were going to be busy with Blade, but since you're not.
Yeah. Since that ain't happening. Yeah. I mean, AJ, did the characters bother you that much? I honestly, I didn't think about it.
I mean, no, they didn't bother me that much because, like I said, you know what we're getting into with these. You know that the kids are safe. They're never going to kill the kids. And, well, there really was nobody in the family side of things that was going to be a goner. Maybe the boyfriend.
Yeah, I thought he was going to lose it, but
yeah, at some point. But otherwise, yeah, you knew that it was all going to be. It wasn't going to be anyone too famous. So, sorry, ScarJo was safe the whole time, guaranteed.
Right. Spoiler alert there.
Yeah, and like everybody else was basically cannon fodder. So it kind of went down exactly as we expected.
I'm trying to think if there are any movies that have really that are at least famous ones that everyone can think of that ever really did what the first Nightmare on Elm Street did, where you start out with a character and you kind of like play them up as like they're going to be this main character, but then you off them right away and you're like, wait, that's not the main character, like they did with Tina in the first Nightmare on Elm Street, because movies never do that, you know. I mean, it's like what was the joke in the something Dark Side, the Family Guy spoof of Empire, where they're flying the Falcon in the asteroid field or whatever. He's like, we got 3 to 4 main characters on this ship. I think we're gonna be okay.
Yeah,
it's kind of like that, you know.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's like the ultimate plot armor.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so question for you guys, because I'm torn on this. And by the way, real quick before that, AJ, you said that Brian's the most positive about this. Dude, I really liked it. And I'll definitely go see it again if I can. I thought I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really fun movie. I got exactly what I wanted. For the parts that were kind of cheesy, I didn't care. So I'm very positive about it as well. One thing I'm torn on, I don't know if I like it or if I don't, was how the whole thing got set up. Because we know that the moral of this movie is don't be a litter bug.
Yes.
So, what were your guys' thoughts about how this whole thing started with the damn Snickers wrapper?
Well, you're not yourself when you're hungry. We know that. So I think it just reinforces the marketing message of you need to eat a friggin' Snickers and just
we definitely need to talk about that later, but
that's right.
So Brian, what do you think about the how it all started? I mean, good, bad, like I don't know.
Does this really count as a spoiler show, by the way? I mean, we're so vague. We just talk about things as though people know what we're talking about without actually saying what it is. So
they always
start
like
the worst spoiler ever.
You know, the Barbasol can of shaving cream gets dropped and it's stuck in the mud, and that I mean, everything just leads to something else. I don't know it. Again, how are they gonna? Okay, just to go back real quick. The best thing about this movie is it took the bad taste out of my mouth of the last 45 minutes of the last movie. Once we got going here, I'll put it that way. And I guess I don't care how we got there, but it always starts with, okay, it's almost like the alien thing. The big things comes from small beginnings, right? They're sort of milking that whole premise. I mean, that's what they're doing.
Okay. What about you, AJ?
My issue wasn't the Snickers wrapper gets sucked into the vent and, fries out a vital system. It was the conceit that people are bored of dinosaurs.
Yeah, that's right. We'd never get bored of dinosaurs if it was real.
I could totally see in a world And they acknowledge, like, in real time, they say it's been 32 years since dinosaurs came back. So, okay, fine. So humanity has adjusted to dinosaurs being alive again. But we still go to zoos, right? Like, are we sick of lions and tigers? No. So
Yeah, true.
I could totally see, like, natural history museums that have, like, fossils on display being kind of passe, because now we can just, like, see real ones instead that are alive. But to just say, like, oh, dinosaurs, those things are boring. Hell no, they're not boring. They're the coolest friggin' animals that ever lived. And now they're alive again. That makes them even cooler.
Yeah.
So, oh yeah, we had to start making mutant dinosaurs because no one really came to our theme park that had the regular old kind anymore. Please, come on now.
All right, that I didn't think of it that way. I'll give you that where the story is concerned. I just think with the way it started, I was kind of torn on, because I'm like, I you know me, AJ. I tend to, like, I very rarely have an opinion that's like 100% super, super strong, like me and Purgle and stuff like that. It's like, I'm like, yeah, I really don't like this, but I can kind of see why the other side, and I think this
Yes,
was,
you're so nuanced in your opinions.
Oh, shut up.
But we have a podcast, okay? You're either for it or against it. Take a stand.
Whatever it is, I'm against it.
Was it the fact that it just said Snickers on it? Like, let's just say,
no.
Like, what would have had to get sucked into that vent to cause this chain reaction to not annoy you as much?
And see, that's the thing, and we'll get to the product placement in a minute. But for me, it was like, okay. On one hand, I'm like, all right, well, how are they going to set up the fact that this kind of all hell breaks loose all of a sudden type of thing, But on the other hand, I'm like, so you've got this like $1 trillion research facility where you're actually creating mutant dinosaurs, but a fucking Snickers wrapper can just destroy the whole thing,
right?
Like that, it's like I almost wanted to see somebody sitting there like after all hell breaks loose, and he picks the wrapper out of the shit and goes, "Oh, we didn't think of this."
What this? You're a Star Wars podcast, man. Isn't that the whole thing of the Death Star? Like, just one little thing placed, the exact perfect way.
Yeah, but
takes out the whole damn thing.
But that's a thermal exhaust port, and
that's what it is.
But the engine.
That's what it is. Someone from InGen probably designed this facility, and they were hoping to take the whole place down. So they programmed in a vulnerability to candy bar wrappers.
See, there you go. See, Brian, he's right. I was just about to say, in the Death Star, that was done on purpose. So that was
just
created.
This is corporate espionage. We just cracked the case.
Okay, no, I'm cool with it.
I'm going to take a. All this talking is making me thirsty, guys. I'm going to take a drink of my beverage here.
All right, get it. Nice. I can't even see what's on it.
That's perfect. Oh, product placement, Taco Bell. Product placement, Taco Bell.
Nice. Sponsored by.
Oh my god, that was AJ.
Like,
I'm sorry. Like,
what if it would have been a Charms blow pop that got stuck through there instead?
Right.
Like a Twinkie or so. I don't know.
Like I said, it wasn't the product placement per se. It was just the fact that I'm like, really, a Snickers wrapper does all this. But the product placement. Brian, have you ever seen the movie Kung Pao Enter the Fist?
Yes. Don't you remember at your house after the Dream Theater? We were watching.
You can walk it back even farther, dude. Wayne's World. Come on now.
Well, but I was just as soon as I saw like a number of different products, I immediately went to Kung Pao, like product placement Taco Bell, product placement Taco Bell, and I was like, it was a little off-putting. Usually that stuff doesn't get me, but it was like every time they had like food or a drink or something, it was like, hey, look at this Pepsi, or look at this like fun room. I'm like, oh, come on, dude, really? You can at least try and cover it up a little bit, like. So that was slightly off-putting.
Oh man, drinking a Heineken again, huh? Yeah, I do love my Heineken. That is true.
Speaking of talking into infinity, a Dream Theater centered podcast on the CMS network every other Thursday. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, guys.
Oh my god. Yeah, that for some reason was a little much for me. I was like, and I don't know why. It doesn't matter at all.
Here, dude, again, and I know it sounds like I'm joking with the Star Wars thing, but with this, I'm not joking with the Jurassic Park thing. It's the very first, one of the first things that Malcolm says It's like you do one little thing and you mix these two worlds, so you get the modern technology. I understand it's a candy bar, whatever, but it's man and dinosaur things that are separated by 70, 65 million years, and the smallest little thing, fucks it all up. And you should know
I
this too,
like
because
that.
you're a big Stephen King fan, right? Remember the JFK, was it the 11/22?
Yeah,
What's that
I'm
book
actually in the
called?
middle of re-listening to that. Yeah.
Yeah, so I love the book, saw the movie, but that whole premise, what's the famous line in there, that's the thing about the past, it doesn't want to be changed, right?
Yep.
It's like I love that line. Like I think of that line like a few times a month. I just, because it's just the littlest things coming together that aren't supposed to come together, or that do, and you fuck everything up. And that's kind of the premise to me.
No, I like that. That's a good way to phrase it, man. Like, and see, now it makes sense to me because it does throw back to that comment from the original movie. I didn't think of it that way. That's a very, very good point.
Do you think there's a little bit of a meta commentary going on here too? Like the plot or premise of the movie is it's been 32 years since dinosaurs came back, and now no one gives a shit. And it's been 32 years in real life since dinosaur movies came back, and no one gives a shit.
Well, but honestly, that's the exact word I was going to use a minute ago. I was actually going to say that exact thing, AJ. Like it's pretty, pretty. I thought it was cool because as soon as they said that, I kind of was like, oh, they're kind of like poking it. I can't say really poking at themselves, but I was like, this is very meta. It's kind of using the concept of, okay, have we done Jurassic Park and Jurassic World to death? Oh, we're no, we haven't. Like there's still blood to be wrung from that stone. So yeah, that's a very good point. I thought that yesterday while we were watching it. I was like, ooh, this is like, it's kind of like sorry, Brian, I was gonna say it's
no, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, AJ, there's a Dream Theater concept record from a few years ago that's very polarizing in the Dream Theater fan base, but it's about how basically like music has been replaced by machines just making it, and like people don't have time for actual music or and so it's very it's kind of like, you could tell it's like the band kind of making a commentary that everything's digital and Pro Tools and people just don't create and stuff. It's again, meta, that whole term, which I'm not good with those terms, but I thought this was the same way. So I thought that was kind of cool. I liked it. I thought that was a fun aspect of it.
Yeah, especially since you mentioned, Brian, that Scarlett Johansson said she always wanted to be in one of these. It's all kind of coming together for me now, where I'm like, okay, so let me get this straight. So you've got a high-profile actress who wants to do the movie. You've apparently got Frito-Lay signed on for a shitload of product placement, an M&M Mars company. So we've got corporate sponsorships. We've got an A-list actress, and we've already done 6 of these things anyway. We know how to crank out dinosaur movies at this point on the relative cheap. So yeah, okay, let's just have AI write the script at this point. Like,
yeah.
I enjoyed it, but I don't think any of this was exactly like groundbreaking stuff here.
No, it wasn't. I mean, well, there's the other there's kind of the message too about the okay, we're going to get the formulas that's going to cure the various cancers and heart disease and everything, and instead of selling them to pharmaceutical, they're going to be open source, like,
yeah.
I've never even heard that term open source for like pharmaceutical ingredients. I thought that was only like computer code and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell are they even talking about? Like, oh yeah, anybody in their basement that has the chemical compounds can go make their cancer drug now. Like, what the hell are you talking about?
It's going to end up like Mentos and Coke with half of these people.
Right. Yeah, all those basement pharmacies out there, they're going to be curing cancer for us now.
Exactly.
Curing heart disease.
I don't think that whole open source thing is just, I don't know, that was a little bit goofy to me, but whatever.
They had to have something to make it, like you said, like you used the word earlier, humanize it. So they, of course, they had to take something and be like, oh, instead of taking this $20 million, we're instead going to let the whole world cure heart disease. And it's like, okay,
right,
that's cool. Like, I mean, it took it away from just like, okay, where's my money? So
how many of these are they going to get?
I guess that's the angle of these now, isn't it? Because wasn't that the one about the locusts?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
The guy controlling the food supply and stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It was like a bioengineered plague. And they're like, oh, dinosaurs can cure this. Oh, okay. I guess dinosaurs can cure fucking anything at this point.
And yet they went extinct.
I can't shoot free throws, coach. I've got a dinosaur. Okay.
And of course it's a T-Rex with little PP arms. It just like flicks the ball somehow.
Free throwing his Rex. That's right.
Exactly. It's like the old school Pete Maravich, like the underhand throw. He's got to do it like that because he's got the little, like the worthless little arms.
If dinosaurs are so great at basketball, how come the Raptors only have one NBA title?
Ooh,
that's my question.
Speaking of realism in your entertainment,
I was just gonna say, Blue's gonna go on to like coach people how to like box out and stuff like that, and be like, clever girl.
Yeah. That's fantastic, man.
Oh, man.
All right, so what did you guys think of the Distortus Rex, the D-Rex, as it were?
Oh God. Well, I could tell you one person who absolutely hated it. That was my wife, because all she could think of was it looked like the alien. That face.
Do you get into my fan theory now?
I mean,
it was
you basically nailed it twice, Brian.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, this is super cynical fan theory, but I'll tell you what, as soon as they got to that complex where the helicopter was supposed to touch down and they got into like the sewer system and everything, like all the visual design language, everything to me looked like an alien movie. And the design of the place looked like a Weyland-Yutani installation.
That's right.
And I'm just like, they've got that Alien Earth series coming out on FX.
I think crossover.
So it's like a prequel to all the alien stuff, and it takes place in the near future. And it, I'm just putting all this stuff together, and I looked at the D-Rex, and I'm like, I can see a world where someone's going to write this thing that says the xenomorph started as a mutant dinosaur from the Jurassic World franchise.
Let's do it.
And the
That's
entire
amazing.
and Predator franchise now buckles up to Jurassic World, and it's all one big timeline. Big old shared universe.
God, I hope not.
That would be amazing.
I mean, first of all, they can't do that because, at least I don't think they could, because the whole storyline of those new Alien movies was like, what with like the engineers of the black goop or something. Doesn't that?
Do they really even acknowledge the Prometheus movies though at this point?
I don't know what they acknowledged with that last movie. I'm still trying to understand, other than call back, every favorite scene from the others to try to fill time.
Yeah. I have to admit it was very Alien-esque, I suppose.
I think the best thing they did was they didn't really show a lot of it. It wasn't until I went online and actually looked for images, I was like, oh yeah. I mean, I knew it was messed up looking and it had like, baby T-Rex arms and 4 good legs, but other than that, like I didn't know what the hell the thing looked like.
Yeah, I thought that was good. It's like less is more. I think it's kind of like your Boba Fett theory, AJ. Like if you, and it was one of those things where you're hoping they show it, but they really don't until the very end when you really get like a pretty good amount of it. Up until then, it was kind of like, in the shadows, or you just see part of it, And AJ, you and I talked about this after we left the theater, though, and I'd be interested to get your opinion on this, Brian. Was it just me, or did it seem like the thing got smaller? Because at first it seemed like the thing was like the size of a skyscraper. Like people came up to its ankle, and then all of a sudden it was more like a T-Rex size. Like, was it just me, or I feel like the size kind of morphed as the fight scene at the end went on.
That's what she said. Yeah, I do believe. I think actually my wife pointed that out. It's thinking that's what she said. No, that she hated the fact it looked like an alien, and I think she actually did say something about how come the thing is not as big as it was before. And yeah, so I don't know if I picked up on it quite as much as you did, but there's obviously something there.
Yeah, that was a little off-putting because I was like, God, this thing is enormous. Well, okay, it's not as big as I thought.
It's as big as it needs to be for the shot in the scene. That's a common Hollywood thing. Star Trek does it a ton. Try figuring out the size of the Enterprise. Good friggin' luck.
Yeah.
That thing changes size all the time.
Yeah, sometimes it looks like the size of your phone, and then you're like, wait a minute, no, it's you're like, what happened here?
Stuff that you overlook, like JT. Remember Star Trek 5 where they're going, rocket boots up the elevator shaft?
Yeah.
They zoom past deck 78.
Yeah.
They have over 78 decks on that damn thing when they need to. Every other ship has been like, yeah, we got like 24, 25 decks, something like that. Wow, that's a big ship. Really? Have you seen deck 78?
Well, what they're not saying is like 68 of those decks are like storage closets.
Right.
They're like Foot Locker size, but they just call it a deck.
Maybe that's the thing with the D-Rex though. That thing had this like big bulbous head. Maybe it was just kind of inflatable. And it was, like it was shrieking a bunch and just deflating as the fight went on.
There's
so much I would like to say about that dinosaur that I can't.
There's a scene in 4, which whenever we do our marathon rewatch, always catches it. So after they jump in the river, and the kids, I think, jump in the river too to get away or whatever. Literally, like right after they get out, the one kid's hair is completely dry. Like 5 seconds later, like it's totally soaking. A second he walks out, and then they show him like, and it's literally the same scene. And he's talking like 2 seconds later or whatever, and his hair is totally dry. Like, why would they not fix something like this in a big budget movie like this? Like
one of those continuity errors.
Yeah, it was sort of like the black Ace Frehley jumping over the wall in Phantom Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park.
That's still one of the best. AJ, have you ever seen that before?
No, I've yet to dig up.
Ace got a really good tan apparently.
Yeah, I mean, AJ, it's not even like, how. I get it. It was like 1978 or something, but how somebody watching that like immediately couldn't go, okay, that's not Ace Frehley. Like it's
funny you mentioned the getting out of the water and being dry like 2 seconds later, because that I thought that exactly in this movie with the river raft and everything. Like, all right, some things are just basic that you need to track, and
right.
if you're dripping friggin' wet, you're going to be dripping wet for a while, especially in the humidity of the equator.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right.
Like they should have been making so much noise and sloshing around, and yeah. That's one of the things that kind of bugs me too sometimes. But again, it's a Jurassic World movie. You're not really in it for the ultimate. Look, the way that those people were ping-ponging off that rock face trying to rappel down.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, dude, I have been rappelling, and I have slipped from like 6 inches away from the wall and damn near knocked myself out.
Right.
These people just wham right into that thing from like 40 feet away. I'm like, okay, you'd be dead.
Yeah.
But sure.
Yeah.
You mean something like this, AJ? the black Ace Frehley. That is
what I see white face to me.
Yeah, well, believe me, when it's in motion, it is not. There is no questioning what you're seeing there.
Oh, man.
Excellent for our audio viewers, of course, to be showing the picture. But
we have to have a rewatch, man, where with the three of us watch Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park. We would all fall over dying laughing doing that together.
I would love it because I've never seen it.
Dude, you gotta see it, man. AJ would love it, man. It's so bad.
I've seen like little clips here and there online, but I've never seen the full thing.
So they dub in all of Ace's lines, and it's basically it's almost like he's like a New York, like almost like late 50s comic. And I was like, whoa, it's just, he has this horrible accent. And he says this ridiculous lines like just throughout the whole movie. There's just these little stupid one-liners. Like it's clearly not even him talking. They just dubbed him in, and they're just so beyond stupid. They're supposed to be funny. Yeah, you guys will die, man. It's so good.
God.
I'll have to try and go buy a copy of that, but yeah. So all right. So anyways, back to Jurassic World. Mutant dinosaurs. Where do we land there? I didn't mind it. I guess it was like you gotta kind of freshen things up because you can't go, hey, we've got raptors now. Again, we've got a T-Rex. Again, like I mean, and honestly, I thought how they brought the T-Rex into this one was pretty hilarious. Like where it was like asleep. That was pretty funny.
maybe I played too many video games or something, but as soon as I saw that, all I could think was Super Mario Odyssey. Like the second level, you just come across this T-Rex and he's just sleeping in the grass. And then you chuck your Mario hat on him and you're stomping around as a T-Rex all of a sudden. I'm like, someone played too many Nintendo games and they're like, yeah, I'm going to throw this in for my kid.
Probably is true. It's not exactly how it happened.
Like what the hell is a T-Rex doing in a Mario game? I don't know. But once that happened, I think someone was just like, I'm going to put that in my movie.
I'm doing this.
I guess Gareth Edwards is a big Mario fan. I don't know.
Knowing
Let's
him,
talk about
probably
that for a second. I'm sorry. I'm hijacking the question before Brian even got a chance to answer. But Gareth friggin' Edwards directed this.
Yeah,
the guy makes good movies. Have you seen The Creator?
Yes, I like that. What else has he done?
Most of Rogue One.
Yeah, most of Rogue One.
Okay. Yeah, I love those two movies. I love The Creator. I thought that was great.
So yeah, like the people that they got to work on this movie are not, the dregs of Hollywood. They got ScarJo in a Gareth Edwards movie. And, a would-be Marvel actor was also in there too. But, like I said, that Blade joke, who knows when or if that's ever going to come out. But he wasn't a voiceover. So he's officially like in the Marvel universe. But Gareth Edwards, like, was there anything Gareth Edwards about this movie to you, Brian? Knowing what else he did?
Let's see. I'm trying to think.
I didn't see anything in here. I'm like, oh yeah, that totally looks like, his other movies.
Yeah, I've only seen both of those probably. Well, I've seen, I think, Rogue One a few times. I've only seen Creator once. But, yeah, I mean, I guess I would have no idea it was the same guy that did it. So I guess he did not put his stamp on it. We'll put it that way.
Yeah, I feel like this is like Gordon Ramsay doing a stint at Taco Bell,
Gordon Ramsay.
Well, maybe he was like a fanboy. Maybe he was like, I want to do a dress.
Okay. Of all the problems in this movie, though, here's my number one problem. So we supposedly have this super advanced technology beyond technology, right? But the way we're going to get the DNA from the dinosaurs, we're going to shoot this dart into them. It's going to fill up the vial, right? And then it's going to shoot it out on these parachutes, which look like the same ones I use for the fireworks in my front yard where the parachute guy comes out.
Yeah.
And it's just like a little plastic. Sometimes it's a plastic garment guy. Most of the time, it just looks like literally like a small firecracker attached to the parachute. That's the technology they're going to use to go retract this, something that's worth literally $1 trillion is this parachute coming down in the middle of the jungle where the dinosaurs are everywhere that can kill you. I'm like, we can't come up with a little bit of a better system than this to go retract these things.
And I'll take it one step further. I mean, that was one of the issues I had. It's not like they even have like some specialized magnet to attract it back to whoever shot the gun. Mm-hmm. It's just you better go catch that goddamn thing.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Like when they like the,
but
like
it's conveniently always like right nearby.
Yeah.
It just drifts down in the wind perfectly within like a 10-foot radius. I'm like, how?
That's what I was gonna say. Like the one in the water, like with the mosasaur. Like it just magically comes all the way back to the boat. I'm like,
I thought that was going to be one of the things was like, okay, yeah, they get the damn thing, but then it's like, oh my God, go get it. Don't let it fall. No, it just always came right to him. Like, no problem.
Yeah. That would have been funny though.
Fucking drone on it or something, like maybe a deployable drone just.
Yeah, drone. That would make sense for the technology. Yeah, but this was like my wife's nieces. When they come over on the 4th, I set those. We just set off small stuff, so I set off those parachutes, and they love them. Literally, it's the same thing. They're running around trying to catch this stupid parachute. This is what they're doing at Jurassic World Rebirth. I'm like, okay, this is just silly.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, so the two things that could have absolutely upended this movie were one, not littering, and two, a mild crosswind.
Yeah, right.
Throwing trash in its proper receptacle and a gust, a puff of breeze.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, I have to admit, I did think that I was like, wait, they don't have a better way of getting the damn thing? Like, I mean, you've already come up with this crazy way to get the blood. Like, at least you could make it like super technology,
Yeah, like you said though, it would just basically be a drone that flies and you control it once it gets in the air or whatever, something like that. I don't know, but yeah. The old fireworks parachute guy.
Yeah.
That was just.
Didn't we get that crap out of like an ice cream truck when we were kids? It was like a little army guy is rubber banded up, and you just like take the rubber band off, throw him up in the air.
Yeah, throw up in the air. Yeah, same thing.
Go up on your roof and let them drop and all that.
Yeah,
kind of
that's
stuff.
right.
Yeah.
All right, AJ. So you were about to make a point. Sorry, we sidetracked you there.
So I will say one thing that did actually stand out to this for this movie for me was that it started on a boat. I actually kind of thought that was cool. It was not full on Jaws. I mean, we also did see the trailer for the 50th anniversary of Jaws, which we're totally going to go see ahead of it. But yeah, I kind of liked that it started on a boat and everything went to shit immediately. It wasn't like the boat was indestructible or anything. It was like, no, the boat was very destructible and it got very destructed. So
yeah.
What did you guys think of that? Was it at least like a more interesting way to get to the island and get people all stranded and screwed over?
Go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, man, I love the whole boat aspect, man. A couple of those scenes where they're going like they're barely being able to fit through, and you think someone's gonna get decapitated because the rocks are sticking out, and they're dodging everything and all the craziness that's going on. I mean, I just love the idea of the. I know it's always an island, but I just like that idea of the isolation, and it's why I've always loved the alien movies, because you're isolated, you're stuck in space. There's no, literally no one can hear you scream. That's the tagline, right? But
yeah,
I like that feeling of isolation, and it's just kind of you, and there's no one else around, and doing it in the boat like that, I think set it up that much better.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's something we haven't seen, excuse me. And I like that there were like extended sequences out there. So it wasn't just like, the dinosaur capsized the family's boat and then, okay, let's get to the island. Like, no, like they had a bunch of different stuff going on because it's a different location.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's not just, okay, we're in the jungle. So I thought that was cool. And it also allowed them to bring in some different dinosaurs that you don't get to see as much of. So I thought it was smart to bring, the mosasaur into it a little more, because everybody in the first Jurassic World was like, holy crap, look at this thing. And that, of course, that's how they, the mosasaur is the quote unquote good guy at the end, eating the T-Rex or whatever it was.
Yep.
Excuse me. And
that is where the CG definitely helps. Like that dinosaur couldn't exist with model shop stuff. Like you had to get CG before that was going to pay off. And now, water effects and everything are so good that, yeah, do whatever. It looks great.
Yeah, no, it was very interesting, and I liked it. Like I said, it provided a different environment. It's kind of like the appeal of the second Avatar movie was there's so much of it. It was water instead of like in the air, and on the it was cool. It was really cool how they did that, and so provide something different. And I think back to one of my original points, like that's kind of what I liked about this movie, is that it was not just solely an obvious rehash. Like, I mean, like we said, paper thin characters, sure. Plot, you could, I guess, if you want to say it's a little goofy, but it was a different type of plot, and there were different locations, and that's why I was asking the question about earlier about the mutant dinosaurs. Like, are we cool with it? Or are we not? Because I thought that was an interesting twist too. Now, where you go from here, I don't know, but.
You really think this is a reboot, though, or is this just? I don't know that I buy this is going to keep going, because is it even doing that well at the box office? I haven't looked.
Yes. I think it is actually.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah. It's
is that more
we'll see. Now Superman's out, so it's got some competition.
Right.
Let me see what the box office is at. Right.
So I know, like Rotten Tomatoes was giving it like a 51 or something, which I thought was probably going to be worse.
Again, as we covered. This, if you're going for like a Oscar award nominated performance, right, and best picture and all, that's not what this movie is. So Rotten Tomatoes scores and all this crap, like, yeah, we know it's not, from a strictly quality based standpoint, this is not high cinema. So if all you're going by is like Rotten Tomatoes scores and IMDb ratings of movie critics, it's going to get review bombed.
Where can we go, though? Can we go back to the beginning of how the technology first started to do this, and all of the fits and starts to try to get them to the island in the first place and control them? Is that a viable storyline, or is it? It's going to be razor thin as it is. It's just the same thing. Because you know how the first one starts with the guy getting attacked by was it Triceratops or whatever it was?
No, it was the raptor, I think.
Was the raptor in the cage? Okay,
yeah. Well, I mean, They have not gone the prequel route.
That's what I'm saying.
But the question there becomes, like, what are you going to do for a prequel story, because the dinosaurs don't exist? So it's
Right.
like, where's the intrigue in that? You know, what can you pull out of there to, you know? I mean, the only thing you could really do is, like I say, like, they create them, but they can't control them. So a bunch of people die, and then they finally get control. Like, otherwise, I don't know what the hell else you could do.
Guys, don't worry about it. It's a connected universe, okay? Now that Predator knows that dinosaurs are on the planet, you know they're gonna hunt.
I want to see this.
Oh,
T-Rex versus Predator. Let's go. Let's fucking go.
Can we just have the D-Rex just annihilate the Predator in like 5 minutes? Have it be like a short film, kind of like the Baby Huey or whatever the hell it was cartoon at the beginning of Roger Rabbit. Right? Just do that. Just have him decimate the Predator and then get on with the new Jurassic movie. Like, enough of this crossover crap. I hate those things. I always thought Alien versus Predator was such a terrible idea. It's just,
well, it was a comic book long before it was a movie.
Well, see, do whatever you want in comics, I guess, because that comic books are meant to be as goofy as possible. But those damn crossovers completely just destroyed the allure of the Alien to me. The Alien, like, you know, Brian was mentioning, is just like, it's isolation and it's terrifying, and, you know, it's basically this like perfect organism, as they say. But now it's just running around, farting around with predators. It's like, shut up. You know, enough.
You see, now you're hijacking onto a different topic, because I Predator 2 had an alien skull in the trophy room. Alien vs. Predator was not invented for the Alien vs. Predator movie. It was an Easter egg in Predator 2. So
really did not know that.
Yeah. Yep, it's in there.
Well,
it's in plain view too. It's not exactly hidden. But that was back when, you know, people didn't dissect things like this. It was just a little it's like putting R2-D2 in the wreckage in Star Trek 2009, where ILM was just having fun with itself, basically. And they put ETs in, you know, the Senate in episode 1. Again.
Yeah.
Not because they were trying to imply that, you know, there's a crossover event going to happen, but
right.
It is what it is. No, I think that I don't think this franchise is done. And the only reason I say that is because this did not feel like a finale. If they were trying to wrap up and put a nice little bow on all the dinosaur movies, this didn't do that. So I think they're just going to keep making them like Transformers movies. They're just going to keep making them until there's no money to be made in them. They'll find some way to write another script. And, you know, now they got mutant dinosaurs, so I guess we'll get more mutant dinosaurs in the next one. I don't know.
Well, and that's one of the things that I was wondering, like, where does the story go?
Well, they said that all the dinosaurs are like constrained to like this belt of the equator, right? Because they can't really survive outside of these conditions. What if they could?
Well, but then you're getting into the whole, you know, they're escaping the zoos or whatever type of thing. I mean, is that what you're going to do? Is have basically, like, you know, you had the end of the second one where, you know, it escapes the boat and goes rampaging to, was that New York City or something like that? Like, what, are you just going to have a whole movie where it's like, you know, dinosaurs running around on Fifth Avenue or something? I mean, I don't know. Is that plausible? Is it viable?
There's only 2 ingredients to this entire formula, JT. There's humans and there's dinosaurs. And there's only 2 ways that it happens. Either humans go where dinosaurs are, or dinosaurs go where humans are. And they've gone to where dinosaurs are a lot more. So if I was forced to write the next one, I'd figure out a way to get the dinosaurs where the people are. Well, you know what? I would send those fucking dinosaurs to that little girl's school. That whole school is going down. They're all snacklets. They're done. That's
snacklets.
Nice.
There's the dark plot we were looking for. That actually, can we just send them, like, just make it really, really, really like hugely social commentary, and just like send them to like the House of Congress or something?
I've got it. Crossover saves the day again.
Okay.
You know how in Alien 3 they wiped out Hicks and Newt because an alien egg stowed away on the ship?
That's right.
So maybe dinosaur egg was on the boat. Dinosaur egg hatches on mainland. Now we've got new mutant dinosaurs on mainland. There we go. Done. It all ties up nicely. It explains Alien 3. It's perfect.
I like it.
I'm telling you, we got Predator, we got Alien, we've got Jurassic World. It's all right there, man. Cash, money.
You're missing one element, Planet of the Apes. We got to figure this out.
All green.
Caesar and the apes come flying in and everything.
That's right. Riding on the pterodactyls.
Exactly. All the major franchises get in here, you know.
Okay, we are laughing our asses off, but who wouldn't pay money to see that as a complete
Oh, God, I would.
cacophony? What a car crash of a movie that would be. That'd be fantastic. I would love it.
I honestly would not. I would be so annoyed that I'd be like, I'm not plunking down my money for this. Again, and again, like my previous point, it would cheapen the dinosaurs, just like it cheapened the Alien in the crossover. Like, keep it its own thing. But yeah, I mean, to your point, like, I mean, Brian, like, you don't feel like it's continuing after this. Dude, these things damn near print money.
Mm-hmm.
And if this one does well, I mean, it already has the second best opening of any of the Jurassic Park movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Which,
so
isn't it
I mean,
weird? Because didn't you say it kind of like snuck out? Like, we weren't really aware of it until it was like a week or two from release.
Well, yeah, and that's and I don't know about you, Brian, but like I didn't know that this even existed until like a couple months ago. I'm trying to remember what movie it was we saw in the theaters. Was it maybe was it the Star Wars re-release? I think was it. I think it was when we saw Revenge of the Sith in theaters, which would have been the end of May. And it was like, oh, Jurassic. What? I'm like, what the? There's a new one of those.
Like, I want to say it was
no
like
idea.
a sporting event, like maybe not the Super Bowl, but some kind of big sports event. I think did a teaser on it, and that's when I saw it. But I mean, do you think the fact that it's doing really well is more a sign of, okay, we're post-COVID, there's just no movies? If there was a lot of movies, people wouldn't give a crap about this, or
I think it's hard to say on this one because the last one, as you said, was, I mean, it's the least popular of the franchise, unless you're talking about Jurassic Park 3. So because that one wasn't looked upon very highly, you would think that another one people would kind of be crapping on, but at least in terms of box office, that's not happening. Like I said, the Rotten Tomatoes and Metacritic score, whatever all those stupid things are, because people, just review bomb stuff to be assholes.
Right.
That's at like 50% or whatever it is. But in terms of the box office, it's kicking ass. I mean, I think it's at like almost $200 million, if not a little more.
So are you guys into giving an actual rating then? Like, what would you rate this? Or do you guys not do movies like that?
No, we just say if we like it or not. I mean, I like it. It's a B for me if I had to.
I mean, give me a system and I'll give you a rating. But
okay, so I mean, Rotten Tomatoes is to 100, right? Isn't that what theirs are?
I'd say it's an 80
percentage. Okay.
Yeah, I'd say it's in the 80s. 80. Like I said, I enjoyed it. I've never understood people going to movies like this and just nitpicking it. If you're going to nitpick a movie like this, you got to nitpick like the effects, and the fights.
Who would ever do that?
Yeah.
We're doing this for fun.
Go out and touch grass, people. Come on now.
Exactly. So, yeah, I don't understand really coming at it hard. It's
I'll give it like a 75 to an 80.
75 to 80. Yeah. I'll say
the movie itself was okay. My problem is just that as I was watching it, I'm like, why do I give a shit?
Well,
like the general plot is, we can cure heart disease with this, but overall it's like, okay, so this small group of people, some of them lived and some of them died, just like every other movie. Yeah. Nothing really changes. Like they try to introduce these grand stakes with the whole, like, we're going to cure heart disease, but that's a very broad, difficult thing to figure out. It's like, sorry, we're a Star Wars podcast, so I got to use a Star Wars analogy. It's like the Death Star. Yeah, that sucked when Alderaan blew up. Like, we heard that, millions of people cried out and perished, but you watch one dude get shot in the head on Andor and you feel it,
Right.
So this whole thing of like, oh, well, all of human heart disease is on the line. If they succeed, then no more heart disease. I can't really attach to that. But if you're hey, these people that I care about are in peril from dinosaurs, that's going to hook me a lot more. And that's where the thinness of the characters kind of works against it, because I'm like, okay, some lived, some died. I didn't really care who lived or who died.
Was it? I mean,
so that's why I said 75 to 80. I watched some good dinosaur shenanigans and
dinosaur shenanigans part 2.
Dinosaur chicanery, as it were.
But they have like a blooper reel, and the dinosaurs are all like keep flubbing their lines and stuff or something. They're like missing their mark, standing in the wrong spot. I don't know. That was a horrible dinosaur impersonation.
Hey, Frank, you're covering up half the camera lens. Oh, geez, I did it again.
Yeah, why don't you pop a Tic Tac too? Your breath is awful.
Right. Jurassic World, malarkey.
Malarkey. Malarkey. Oh my God. Yeah, I get what you're saying, AJ, but I mean, what are they gonna do? You got to have something major at stake. If you're going, I mean, they're going to this island of mutant dinosaurs where, it's like the most perilous thing you can do. It's illegal to go there. What? They're just going to go, hey, I think we can make a better taco if we go get this dinosaur shit. Like, no, it's like, it's got to be something important. So
what analogy.
Yeah. Like, I mean, what are they going to, what else are they going to do? It's not like they're trying to find a better rubber for car tires or something. It's like, heart disease, like do something. So curing heart disease, which is, the number one killer, of human beings pretty much. Like, I mean, it's okay. That is something worth doing this for.
Well, so, like I said, that's why I gave it a 75 to an 80. I thought all the dinosaur stuff was cool, but the larger reason for them being there was like, yes, they needed some reason to show up there, but that was all. So anything involving people kind of sucked. Anything involving dinosaurs, pretty good.
Well, I mean, to that point, do you guys think they can ever come up with a story that actually will have that emotional weight to it like the first one? Are they ever going to be able to recreate that?
No. It's not possible. I don't think.
I don't think it's impossible, but I think and they have to. It's Jurassic whatever. Jurassic Archipelago, Jurassic Island, Jurassic World, Jurassic Park, dinosaurs in space, Jurassic meteor belt, whatever.
Please no.
Hey, we're getting towards Jurassic X at this point, so you never know.
Oh God.
Jason meets Jurassic World.
Fast and fucking Furious stole a truckload of DVD players in the first movie, and then they jumped a nuclear sub by the 8th one. So
that's why I haven't watched a single second of any of those movies.
So it can happen, and we're coming up on the 8th one right now. So where's the nuclear sub? Is my question.
Maybe
no, I think you could.
Running it.
I think they tried. I think they really tried, especially with the quote reboot into the Jurassic World series, where you had Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard. I forget what her character's name was, but you had those two. They tried to get people invested in the characters, so when they were put back in peril, that people would care. But again, this is only the first of who knows how many movies with this cast. So, maybe we'll get Marshmallow Ali and, ScarJo back again. Sorry, I don't know the guy's name, but it's Mahershala or something like that.
Yeah, he had a long name.
It's the dude that won the Oscar or that movie that I still have to this day have no idea how that won like best movie.
Which one?
What was that movie? Oh my God. We'll talk about it later. I don't even remember what it was. It's like an hour and 15-minute movie about a guy. I think he used to be a gangster or something. It's just, there's nothing to this movie
yeah.
at all. You know what I'm talking about. It's a nothing movie, and well, we could talk about this later.
Yeah. It won because it was the shortest movie. They're like, oh, we don't got to sit.
Yeah, I mean, it's just
you win.
It was the most woke thing. Like, okay, I don't know.
Woke here.
Mahershala Ali. That's the guy's name.
Yeah, what was the movie? I want to say like Butterfly, but that's not right.
Winning 2 Academy Awards for Best Supporting Actor in both films of Moonlight and Green Book.
It's Moonlight. Oh, he was a supporting actor? I thought he was the main one. Okay, Moonlight. Yeah, I don't understand the deal about that movie, but
He's one of those guys that shows up in a lot of things and you don't realize that, he's actually pretty prominent because he's always like the supporting actor.
Green Book was a good movie, but
I like him.
So I mean, here's my thing with movies now after the post COVID thing. Like I used to always want to go see something that's kind of like what AJ's saying. Like I really love something story driven where I care about the characters. Now I'm like, there's so few and far between of anything. And I'm like, okay, well, is this something that I'll be just fine watching at home, or do I really want to see this on big screen? And Jurassic World, and like I said, maybe the new Tron. I'm not as big into the Marvel like you guys are, so I don't. Superman, I might go see. I know that's DC or whatever, but I still want that experience for these big movies like this. And this one, I think I'm right in there with you guys. 80, 81-ish, somewhere around there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought it was a good. Like I said, I thought it was good. It was better than I expected because I was a little underwhelmed by the majority of the previous three. The second trilogy was cool, but it was kind of, there's a lot of eye rolling, I think, involved. Which, is I obviously the first Jurassic Park is damn near a perfect movie, if not a perfect movie.
Right.
Jurassic Park 2, I think is pretty reasonable. That one's kind of cool. Third one is, so yeah, I mean, I thought that they did a good job with it. It was, again,
I think they ran out of runtime. Sorry, we're talking about Mahershala Ali. That's the guy's name. Duncan Kincaid. Dude runs off with a flare to distract the D-Rex. And then he's fine. What? Did I miss something?
Well, my assumption is that he went underwater to swim away from the D-Rex, because then the flare just D-Rex isn't following it, and then he just swims, and he had the flares in his pants. They were the waterproof flares, so he swam until he was clear, and then he was like, "Hey, come over here."
Okay, maybe that's something I'm going to be looking for on a rewatch, because he just pops up at the end. I'm like, wow, that's very nice for you. Welcome to the boat.
Yeah. Yeah, I was kind of surprised he didn't chuck the flare. Like, hey, go this way. Like throwing a tennis ball for a dog. He just like, hey, follow me. Here, I'll potentially get eaten. Yeah, okay, why? If you could just like get far enough out and then just chuck the thing.
I'm like, why do you have to run off with the thing? Just throw it, whatever. Anyway,
and wasn't the mutant, or was it the mutant T-Rex or whatever? Wasn't it swimming at one point, which was a little? Okay, I'm not sure about this.
But the T-Rex was a great swimmer. Yeah.
Oh, was he in real life?
No, just in this movie.
Yeah. I was gonna say I don't see him on too many Olympic podiums. But yeah, it was like that. That even through Joe was like, I didn't think T-Rex could swim like this. Well, apparently this one can.
Well, and I think that's
also,
the danger.
That river got deep in a hurry, didn't it?
Yeah. I think that's the one thing that they're up against, like in dangerous terms, is that how far can they push this? They've got mutant dinosaurs. Like now you said you got T-Rex swimming or whatever the heck. Like it's at some point it's going to jump the shark to where I get it. You suspend disbelief because it's dinosaurs, but at some point you're just going to go, come on, and it's just going to get stupid. I mean, so I hope they don't cross that line. So
well, the thing is, none of them could swim in 5, because if you remember when the volcano's going and the whole damn thing's blowing up, they're all falling all around Chris Pratt and everybody else. They're like,
right, yeah,
dodging their plane, and they're all just sinking like the 6,000-ton bricks they are. But this T-Rex knows how to swim now.
Well, maybe that's the mutation, the hybridization.
That's exactly what we're supposed to believe. But
so yeah.
Yeah, remember the very first thing you said, JT, was like one of the most heart-wrenching things was that Brontosaurus or Brachiosaurus, whatever it was, getting stuck on the pier.
Yeah.
With the volcano going off. And you're like, I know it's a bunch of pixels, but my heart's breaking anyway. Damn, that T-Rex would have been A-okay.
Yeah. And they didn't really, I mean, they kind of had that in this movie. Like you were hoping nothing happened to Dolores. You had like the Titanosaurs doing like the whole like love scene, quote unquote, thing. Like it's horrible to say that because then I'm just picturing like, a different kind of love scene, like with the dinosaurs, like that would have been one of the B-sides, like
Dump
like,
out.
yeah, dump out. Like when you get those news stories and there's like dogs humping in the
No,
background.
look at
like,
that. We're at time. And thanks for tuning in another episode of the Nerf Herder Council.
Yeah. So, but yeah. All right. Well, you know what? On that note, why don't we close up shop? We're at almost an hour and a half here. So, final thoughts on Jurassic World Rebirth. Brian, you go first.
I love when these kind of movies come out in the summer because it gives me something to look forward to. Like I like to see a good 2 to 3 in the summer. And this is post COVID. Before COVID, I was like 5, 6. Because you did just have an endless list of blockbusters coming out. But yeah, just a great fun summer movie, man. I recommend anyone who's a fan of any of the others. I think this blows the last one out of the water, no pun intended, based on location and everything. I'm gonna also real quick. I'll put this number. I think I'm gonna put this number 4 overall in the series.
Interesting. Okay.
Okay.
AJ, final thoughts.
Well, first thought, Brian, you just have to save this for off air. But I'm curious to know, what the 3 are ahead of it. I don't know if it's all the Jurassic Parks before the Jurassic Worlds or what, but that should be interesting.
Sure.
But we're trying to get out of here, so we're just gonna have to save that for later. Maybe that'll be a little tease on social.
Ooh.
So my final thoughts. I'm gonna echo a lot of Brian's sentiments, though. I love that this is a summer blockbuster. It's a popcorn flick. It's not high cinema. It's not high art. It's a bunch of dinosaurs getting crazy, and now even the dinosaurs themselves are mutants. So you're just taking a wild plot and making it wilder. So as long as you're along for the ride, then it's a good time. And I think the graphics are great, and I did enjoy it. It's our job to poke fun at things and poke holes in it here and there, but it's a good time. If you know what you're getting into with a Jurassic movie, then this is going to scratch that itch just fine. And the $500 million it's already made says that other people also agree.
Yep. Yeah. My final thoughts, I think I said it all. Like I enjoyed it. I was pleasantly surprised, I guess is the best way to describe it. I went in expecting to not like it that much. I was just like, if I see some dinosaurs, cool, but the rest I'm probably going to be like, pfft. And that was not the case. I really had a good time with it. As I think more about it, I like it more and more. So I'm excited to see it again. And, again, I like that they tried something different and it wasn't too cheesy. As much as we joke about, a Snickers wrapper, ruining the whole damn world. It was interesting. I thought it was cool. The whole heart disease thing. I know you didn't like it. I thought, okay, well, you got to do something major to make this important. Like, why are you going to this illegal place where, dinosaurs are mutating and all this kind of stuff? So it was fun. Use a good term, popcorn flick. And I just had a great time watching it. I really liked it. I would recommend seeing it in 3D if you can. And again, I give it a B or a score in the 80s, however you want to look at it. So yeah, very, very fun movie, dude. I was very pleased with it. So I hope the other movies I'm going to see later this year, which we will be talking about a few of them on the show after they come out, particularly The Long Walk and The Running Man. We may talk about. I want to talk about them, but it depends if you give a crap. I just think it'd be good because I've read the books and I can compare. So there we go. Lots to talk about there. So, Brian, before we get out of here, man. Thank you very much for jumping on the show. It was awesome to have a crossover episode here between Talking Into Infinity and the Nerf Herder Council.
Yeah, thanks a lot, guys, man. I really appreciate talking about, again, one of my favorite franchises is probably Alien is one, and this is 2. I know that's sacrilege to say on a Star Wars podcast, but
No,
that's how I rank them. And yeah, thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. So that'll do it for another episode of the Nerf Herder Council. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll be right back here in 2 weeks. It will be Wednesday, July 30th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. As always, guys, we are brought to you by Audible. Go to audibletrial.com/NHC for your 30-day trial and a free audiobook download. If you are watching on our YouTube channel or that of the Virtual Cantina Network, make sure to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification, and hit the notification bell, so that you are notified every time we go live. If you'd like to get some awesome Virtual Cantina Network swag, go to tpublic.com/user/virtual-cantina. And for the best customizable swag in the galaxy, of course, you go to look for the Nerf Herder Council stuff, and that is at shop.nerfherdercouncil.com. So until next time, guys, I am your host, JT. He is Brian, and he is AJ.
Wish John a very, very happy and congratulatory time on socials at Dog Pound Jedi, because this man is going to be a grandfather the next time we come on air.
That's true.
Crazy.
Yep.
I can't fathom that.
I know. Family edition coming any day now. So it's we're a little excited around here. So thank you for mentioning that. And I've gotten some really kind words from fans of both of my shows so far. So thanks to all of you for that. And again, guys, we'll be back here on Wednesday, July 30th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And until then, guys, we will catch you later.